Hello everyone, and welcome to today's iRacing video. We're here at the Interlagos circuit for a VRS GT Sprint Series with a car number of 19, qualified P16 in the Lamborghini. Not too sure where I'm going to get cut off by my spotter because down in the bottom right hand I don't have a race countdown. But if you do enjoy the video you're about to watch, consider giving it a like, subscribing, checking out my Twitter in the description down below. Will help keep you up to date with everything that's going on the channel. But yeah, we'll just wait for that intro spotter to come on over the radio. We're doing final sector.
The air temp is 20 Celsius, P16.
Knew it was going to be the second I started saying the next section of the intro, but I'll wait for him to get through and then we'll finish that intro up.
Follow car number 17 in the right column.
So it's not a full lap formation lap, it's kind of like the final handful of corners. We're at corner 6 at the moment down on the mini map in the bottom left hand. This is the second time I've tried to race here at Interlagos today. Interlagos isn't one of my favourite tracks. I actually don't like racing it very much at all, although it is one of the most iconic Formula circuits like on the planet, I would think. But I just don't like racing here. I don't find it all that fun. I don't find it all that exciting to race around here. Just never been able to really feel at home or hooked up. Always feel like I'm on edge. The other track running this week in the IMSA Haggerty series, Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve, I do enjoy very much. I really like racing at that track. So chances are, if I don't get this video here going, we're going to do a second IMSA Haggerty video there this week. I do find that around this track, being a one-line kind of track, I do find that down in the lower SOFs that people don't necessarily have the same racing etiquette that potentially should be given. And if you're slow through certain sections, as you'll see here, if you're slow through the first section of the track, you'll be slow through the entire lap, and you'll just get gobbled up by cars behind you and in front of you. Just find that if you do make a small error, people tend to cut off and kind of dart around in braking areas and stuff like that when they really shouldn't be. If you've made a mistake, you live with the consequences, let someone through and then get back on.
Let's go.
Now, one thing I am going to do is be very cautious.
Left side.
Going.
Hold your line.
Into turn 1.
Still there. Hold your line.
Because, as I mentioned, people don't really know how to race.
Clear left.
And you obviously can't expect every single racer to run like a spotter system. Like they might not like running one, or like in Race Lab apps, the UI system that I'm using, you can actually run a radar system which will tell you when you have cars up alongside you. Realistically, people shouldn't be darting across your screen.
Car left. Clear left.
Gave that Audi plenty of room because I genuinely didn't know where he was. Lapping in the low 34s, but I think realistically if I got like a really good lap lined up, I could probably do a mid 33 to high 33 pretty consistently. Given Interlagos isn't one of my preferred tracks, I don't like racing here all that much. I tend not to put in too much warm-up, tend not to set all those faster laps because I just don't like doing it. So
P14.
that's why I do struggle to pretend. So this is where things get messy. Very freaking messy, actually.
On your left. Hold your line. Clear left.
Should that have Ferrari been dive bombing in the way he was? Probably not. It was. We are also in the background still continuing that small little micro series that we've got running, where I would like to try to get to a safety rating of 4.99, the top of the safety rating system. However, I also don't want to sacrifice and have boring races. I want to still have exciting races and be in the thick of it, climbing up I ratings and stuff like that, potentially getting out of... my goal would like to be get over 2k I rating, which I think is pretty doable. But also don't want to compromise.
Left side. Clear left.
14th. Yellow flag.
It's point proven. That couldn't have come at a better time. So 3 cars all sprayed out, obviously had it coming together after that first corner, that sweeping left-hander that comes after the descent in the first corner. And instead of just waiting your turn like you should to get back on the track calmly, quickly, let's just stick it in first gear, I'm hemorrhaging places, and who cares who I take out as they have to take avoiding action around me. Most likely, they're going to hit you at a speed which your race is going to be over at, or you're going to absolutely end someone else's race in them trying to avoid you. And in any form of gaming, sim racing, anything like that, it's obviously very hard for you to care about your competitors, because obviously their failures result in your success.
The leader has just done a 132.40.
It's probably not in your absolute best interests to race with that kind of mentality.
Okay, Oliver, don't let this guy distract you.
Car left. Clear left.
B12, you've just done a 134.93. Come on, man, defend harder.
So here at Interlagos, I don't want to fight too hard against guys. I just want to kind of, with all due respect, finish the race, just because I did kind of make that small idea to myself that I would like to try to do all the races this season and kind of do a full season of the IMSA Haggerty and a full season of VRS. And any sim racing I do over the rest of the week and the weekend, I'm kind of going to do most likely in the IMSA Haggerty series.
The gap in front is increasing. It's now 0.9.
And a lot of tracks are very much of the mentality of everything can be going right, and you can make a small mistake and it will really cost you an ample amount of time. However, this track specifically is very much so like that. Solid walls pretty well everywhere on the track, or really big grassy runoff areas. You clatter into those walls at any form of
On your left.
high speed.
Hold your line. Clear left.
P11, fastest lap.
I was kind of hoping that Sean in that black BM would have committed a little bit harder to that, because I tried to give him as much space as I could, but I needed to make that corner as well.
Okay, Oliver, we think our refueling window will open after 25 minutes and closes at about 33 minutes.
I'm going to run as deep as I can into this race here, just so I can hopefully keep myself out of trouble. Unfortunately, I think at this track here, trouble's going to tend to find you pretty quickly. And given, like, this would be the kind of track where I think, like, potentially an ultra wide or triples would really come in dividends. That ability to inherently see out of your passenger and driver's side windows would be beneficial, because these corners are such tight, hairpinny 180 on themselves kind of corners. To be able to see, oh, there's a spun car on the inside or the outside of that corner would, I think, be very, very beneficial. But again, that you have to deal with the constraints that you have. I run a single 32-inch curved, and that's the decision I made in terms of my setup at the moment. And that's what, given that this isn't something I do full time, I do as a hobby, I can't justify spending another $1,000 in 2 more 32-inch monitors.
Stick to the plan. Don't be intimidated here.
I've got 3, probably 4 BMWs right behind me that I'm sure would very much so like to get past me. And someone got a bump up ahead to get past. Matt will be straight past me here into the braking zone here to turn 1, which I'm not too concerned about.
Car left.
Sean's
Still there. Clear left.
P12. That's the fastest lap. Oh no, Oliver. Come on, mate. Defend your position.
See, I'm not too concerned about that because Matt was actually the quicker car. The only reason we got back past him was because of a mistake he made into turn 1 where he went too deep. I think trying to overtake Bastion in the Audi potentially. And again, with the nature of this track, as long as we can stay in touch with this group, I'm sure silliness will ensue as the race starts to wind down, because people will be fighting for every single position that they can be. And if we can kind of limit ourselves to those 4 incident points, and I know I shouldn't have said anything because I'm giving myself the curse of the commentator, but if we can keep ourselves to those 4 incident points, it should still be a net positive for our safety rating as well, which took a massive hit in that early Interlagos race. I took a 0.49 or 47 I rating hit due to contact completely out of my control. Sean could definitely play himself into this one as well, because he was just behind Matt before he dove into the pits. But that being said,
Okay, Oliver. Your lap times are pretty consistent. Sector 2 is
the inherent risk with pitting early is you end up fighting your way back through the pack that haven't boxed yet. Whereas when you box late, you'll come out pretty much in your natural position. So whether that's higher or lower than you expected to be, This was a pretty good lap for me.
Your lap time was at 1:33.70.
That does suggest the idea of potentially a lower 33 on a lower fuel kind of run, because I'm running just over 35 liters of fuel, so I'm still at like half fuel capacity. So
The gap behind is now 4.4.
oh, I must have made a mistake, whoever was behind me. Well, I definitely did, because it wasn't a Merc behind me, it was a BM. I know that for sure. Because there was Matt in the yellow and blue BM ahead of me. There was Sean in the all black BMW who jumped in the pits, and then there was one more. Just lost a little bit of time over those curbs on the exit of that corner.
The gap in front has increased to 0.9. That was a 1:33.84.
Oh, I'm gonna have to jump into my settings potentially, because I'm getting just sections of micro stutter. I'm not sure if it's because I've got other stuff open in the background potentially. I'll have to look into it. I know Chrome's a pretty big CPU usage sucker. Could potentially make up a tenth of a second if we get a good exit out of this final kind of braking zone corner. We knocked a little bit off, but again, a slightly slower exit than what we're used to. I have a feeling that everyone's going to be running a similar situation to what we are, potentially running long.
That was a 1:33.92. Sector 2 is 0.9 off the pace. All right, Oliver, you've used half your fuel.
Yep. So we're pretty much going to be around the 32-minute mark, so we'll pit with like 8 minutes left to go. Well, 8 to 10-ish. Which will be good. Oh, that was very slow through there. I had to jump on the brakes a little bit to just get that car rotated around. Kind of nodded off the second half of this lap.
P12.
Yep, we're about 9 laps away from our pit stop, which at this stage looks like it's pretty well on, because we've got roughly enough left in the tank for 9.5 laps left as we cross the line.
Is catching. The
So
gap's now 2.3 seconds. That last lap was a 1:35.00.
oh, this is going to be deep. Yep, definitely not going to be all that fast, this one. And he's bringing company as well, Daniel is. I would have a suggestion, given that they've overall lost position, that they were the guys potentially associated in that 3-car pile-up after turn 1. And that probably didn't sustain all that much damage, but got spun around.
The track temperature's rising. It's now 23 Celsius.
Don't know why I'm lifting through that corner now all of a sudden. Wow, leaders lapping in the 32s.
Your last lap time was a 1:34.67.
We have dropped off the back of this pack ever so slowly, gradually over the course of the race.
Okay, Oliver, there'll be chances here. Let's make sure we can take them. That's 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes. That's half distance. We estimate 12 minutes of fuel remaining.
Wait till we get onto the straight, buddy. Provided he's not impeded too much with his straight line speed. I have a feel.
Let's see how wide you can make this thing.
I think one of the other big impedances that I've got at the moment is I'm running the high level of downforce setting on this car because I thought potentially I'd need that little bit better corner stability, and I think that is hurting me on the straights, especially down the main straight. Potentially the moderate or low levels of downforce was the better option.
On your right. Clear right. Right side. Clear right.
Keep pushing, we might get him back.
I doubt it. We're about 6 laps away from pitting. Adam's just jumped in, and Marco behind in the Lamborghini has just jumped into the pits as well.
Stay calm, keep it smooth. P11. Okay, Oliver, 10 minutes of fuel remaining. The gap in front has increased. It's now about 1.6 seconds.
No, he's considerably quicker than me, that's why. Someone else did go in the pits, I'm pretty sure. I think I saw that ping up for just a split second.
10th position. You've just done a 134.33.
So Matt was in that yellow and blue BMW, I'm pretty sure.
Relax, focus, keep it smooth.
So he is in that pack. Well, he was in that pack. He was in that pack that's 4 seconds up the road ahead of Daniel. He should scream straight on past me.
P9. That lap was a 134.52.
Bastion's pitted as well. Alright, so P8, obviously that's not corrected because a few of the cars behind me have pit. Shane's just jumped into the pit ahead of me from P5.
P7. You've just done a 135.00. Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.6 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.36 off the pace.
Rizal is a back marker.
All right, Oliver. 5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes.
Oh, Rizal was ahead of us. He was actually the Merc
The car behind is reeling you in. The gap is now 0.
that gave us our 4X that swiped across our nose.
Car in front is pitting.
And the car behind.
Come on, head up. Keep your focus further down the track. P6. Your lap times are dropping off. Come on, stay focused. That lap was a 135.08.
Shouldn't have shifted up there when I did. Cost me a little bit of time. Oh wow, really?
The stewards have warned us for cutting the track. Keep it between the white lines.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that off track. Great, and we'll come in at the end of the next lap.
10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. Okay, Oliver, we're running on fumes, mate. Hit this lap, in this lap.
Right side. Hold your line, clear right.
The lead car's pitting.
All right. I don't know why that Merc fought as hard as it did.
Two litres left.
Yep, I know we're going in.
There's a car leaving the pits. Watch your speed. Pit lane speed limit is 72
Right.
kilometers per hour. We'll fill you to the end.
19 litres going in. Damn it. 14, 18 litres or something like that going in.
There's a car approaching. Watch your mirrors. Stay behind the white line.
Oh, I don't really think I could have pushed that one much harder if I wanted to.
10 minutes of fuel remaining. The leader is pitting now. Yellow flag, caution.
I don't think Goran or whoever it was is going to be very happy that a backmaster just cost him a position and potentially a trip to the pits.
P13.
Ah, too late on the turn in.
Okay, Oliver. The next car is Zimmerman.
Ah, there's another one. Damn it.
We've been warned about track limits.
On your right. Hold your line. Clear right. Car right. Still there. Clear right.
Five minutes remaining, 5 minutes left.
Alright. I'd like to fight Goran for that position. I really don't want him to pass me. With just under 5 to go.
Left side. Hold your line. Clear left.
The guy in front is Novak. Push, push, push. We can catch this car.
Alright. Hopefully Goran can catch up onto the back of Marco and make him really have to defend that position hard.
Car left. Clear left. Car right. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear right.
Absolute dumbass.
All right, Oliver. The next car is Zimmerman.
What an absolute muppet. I held my line the whole time. He bumped me 2 or 3 times. He knew I was there, yet he had to hit me. You gotta be strong if you're gonna be dumb, I guess.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. We estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
Way too big a lift off through there. Wonder if he's in the pits or if he's still running. I take it with that amount of contact, you'd have to be in the pits, but... Yep, Marco's in the pits. It's pinging all over the shop, but he is 100% in the pits.
P13, your lap times are pretty consistent.
Alright. We've got 2 more laps left to do, which won't be too bad. This might be another hit to the safety rating, but at least silver lining, a 4.0 rating increase isn't always that bad. Might actually be a relatively break even, because in that Canada IMSA race I did, it was, I think, 8 incident points as well resulted in like negative 0.03, sorry. White flag with plenty of fuel left in the tank.
One more lap to go. Sector 1 is 2.4 seconds off the pace. Sector 2 is 2.8 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 time is fast. Very little fuel left. Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
And 2 corners left. Alright, beautiful. So, not a great race, not too bad a race. I think my opinion of Interlagos hasn't really changed all that much after this race. We'll just have to get in and see what the results are in terms of safety rating, hits, etc, etc. But again, still happy. We're keeping on.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about.
Way better than what the last one was. So what we'll do
13th
is...
place. That's the end of the race. Never mind.
Hey, 13th place isn't bad, mate. We got up, what, 7... Oh, only 3. We started in P16, but again, pretty happy with that. So guys, what we'll do is we'll jump on into the results. Alright guys, so let's jump on into the results. So, 2 splits. We were bottom split, strength of fuel 1.764, with exactly 8 incident points. No safety rating change, which I think is good, all things considered. We had a 3-point increase to our I rating. They jibbed us by 1 point, race labs app, but I'm just kidding. So, yeah, car number 19, started P16, finished 13th. I'm pretty happy with that. There's not too much more we can ask for. Wow, Anton was pretty high up, close to getting a penalty, but that's not too bad. But guys, if you have enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like, subscribing, checking out the Twitter in the description down below, and if nothing else, we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.